I'm going to save you some time. This is going to be one of those constructive criticism / feedback videos versus a recommendation. Hey everyone, it's Tristan from Crafting Worlds, and today we're going to be talking about the Akko Special Edition Year of the Dragon Hall Effect keyboard. So here it is. On first glance, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. This is one of the most stunning. I'm telling you, Akko makes amazing keycaps. Like, these are beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like the keycaps that I had on the Mons Geek. It's just a beautiful looking keyboard. However, looks are not everything, especially when it comes to a Hall Effect keyboard. And that's really important. A Hall Effect keyboard needs to have good software. The first constructive feedback is going to be on their software. So let's load this up. And here we are. So this is their software. I can't make it bigger. I can't make it smaller. It's just, this is it. This is what it looks like. Not so bad on first look, except for the fact that it's convoluted. You don't really know what you're doing. It's just, I don't know. There's like what? Preset custom my work. What is that? Macro. I mean, we know what macros are. Okay, so we make macros. Function settings. I'm like, what? I don't know. The way that this is laid out, and then in your main, it's like all these. So you can remap here, custom actuation. So you have all of the stuff that you'd be accustomed to, right? And you can calibrate all your keys, and it shows that these all have 2.3 actuations on them, because I like to type with that. And to be honest, the typing speeds on this, it's up in my top typing speeds. I attribute a lot of that to the fact that it has the creamy yellow magnetic switches, which apparently are not shown on the website, which is also weird. Like, you should probably include that, right? So, I mean, this keyboard, it's got the 8K polling rate, which, by the way, it's accurate. It gives you the brass plate if you want it. It's got this beautiful dragon theme. It's got the 3-tone anodization, which is really nice looking, as you can see. Like, this is beautiful. It has all the things that you would want. It's got the toggle key, the tap, the dynamic keystrokes, the rapid trigger, the onboard memory, the snap key, the mod tap, the gamepad control, like analog mode. And it's got nice, again, the keycaps. We knew the keycaps were good, but they're PBT if you were curious. It has everything you think would be great, but then you get in here and you know that you're going to be customizing this. And a Hall Effect keyboard is all about the software. And the software, unfortunately, is not here. It's just not here. So let me show you why. I'm going to do like a normal, I'm going to change the key presses. So all keys, all right? We're going to change the actuation to this, that, and confirm. Oof. Look at this like loading time. And I know it sounds like I'm spoiled, but when you have to wait to load every single action you do, like every action you do, everything that you change on this keyboard has like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, like a 2-second delay. It's frustrating to say the least. Like, even if you want to go in here and you want to change some lights, look at this. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Like 3 Mississippi to change the light. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. What? Like, why does this software take so long to talk to the board? So in terms of software, this is lagging way behind Keychron and Wooting. And that's really unfortunate, because look at it. I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. And I wish it was, you know. Also, now that things like the Keychron HEK2 have come out, the sound profile should be considered, because unfortunately the sound profile on this is not that great. But I mean, Akko did tell me, like, hey, the sound profile is not going to be great. That's just not how we work. And I respect that. However, when you have other keyboards that have a nice sound profile and are cheaper than this, you got to go, huh. So why not just buy these keycaps, which look beautiful, and then put it on the better board, right? Also, let me talk about these keycaps just for a second. All right, so you've got your numbers, and they're in the bottom right here. Okay, so that's the first problem, because this, due to it being off to the bottom right, and then all the letters being upper left, and then the F1s being upper left, this throws your eyes off. And so you feel like you're tight. When you look down at this, and I know you won't see it in the camera, but when you look down at it from my angle, it feels as though the keys are actually slanted. And this is what the key looks like to your eyeball. It makes this weird slanted, because of the letter being here, you feel as though your keyboard is like this. I don't know how to explain it. It messes with the eyes. And so when you're typing, you feel like you're moving to the left, and you often will miss keys because of the way this is printed. Easy fix, just center these letters. Like, please just center the letters. Yeah, and then also the bumps on F and J, super, super light. It's very hard to know where you are if you're touch typing. Now, the sides look fantastic. This is beautiful. The knob looks fantastic. The connectivity, well, you have wired mode. Yeah, then the knob just doesn't get you out of everything, you know what I mean? For what this is, the price is $179. So it's up there. It's not the worst I've ever seen. The RGB isn't bad, and it's got south-facing RGB, which everybody will like. You have a board that has a lot of features, okay? And the features that you do want to work, they work. I can't say that this keyboard doesn't work. It does work. It works fine, and it actually has, the Hall effect and a rapid trigger and everything. They work. In the games, they work. And I had no problem with any of them. But what I did have a problem with was the little things, like the keycaps having the off-center printing just made it feel like the board was slanted, which is crazy. And then the software taking 2 to 3 seconds or longer, depending on what you're doing, to change RGB, to adjust your actuations. I mean, you're going to be going into these if you're a Hall effect nut, right? And you're going to be changing actuations on all of the keys. That's a lot of time to spend loading, whereas none of the other programs that I've used do that. Wooting doesn't do it. Keychron doesn't do it. Razer doesn't do it. It's not good software. They need to improve their software 100%. And that's something they should focus on, because they have a good keyboard. They just need to finesse it, right? Before I can recommend this fully, it needs to be finessed. You have to give a little thought to the sound profile. I don't care that it's a magnetic switch and they don't sound good, because we all know that they can sound good. So that's not really an excuse anymore. And I think that Akko, in order to keep up with the times, is going to have to adjust to that. They've also got like really beautiful keys and selections, but the ones they put on this just don't feel right. We're in a situation here where a couple of months ago, great recommendation of a keyboard, right? But now, because we've had so many keyboards come out so quickly, and with good software and good keys and good sound profiles, it's like, is it worth it anymore? So I think Akko needs to look at this, and I really hope that you take the constructive criticism with care. And I think you need to make version 2. I think you need to look at your sound profile. I think you need to look at the printing on those keycaps. And I think you really have to overhaul the software. For a keyboard that is 100% reliant on software, the number one thing that should be working perfectly out of the box is software. So, look, I got great typing speeds out of this thing. It's not a bad board. The response time felt really good. It's just the little things that I'm like, but is it worth it? Is it worth it in the landscape we're in? We're not in a vacuum. We're in a very big landscape of keyboards that are coming out and advancing and changing, and the landscape keeps changing. And so I think that this one is kind of out to pasture. So I look forward to seeing what, Akko does with version 2. And I hope they take this constructive criticism well. Otherwise, you probably won't see any more Akko on my channel, which sucks because I think they make some good products. I just think this one is no longer a good product. Like, it might have been a good product a couple of months ago, but right now, as is, no, it's not. So yeah, sadly, I can't recommend it. Let me know. Let's have a conversation. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me, do you think this is worth it? Is it worth it just to get it for the looks? Do you think that I'm crazy? That's fine too. Let me know. And yeah, leave a like if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't, and subscribe for notifications. Hit the little bell icon, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully with maybe an updated version of this, because I really do think that with a little bit of love and care, this could be a wonderful keyboard. I love the way it looks. I had someone that knows nothing about keyboards. They saw this on my desk and they were like, oh, wow. Is that one of those blah, blah, blah fancy key? I don't know. It was just so funny. They saw it and they loved it. And I really liked the look of it. But looks are, that's not everything. So literally in life, looks aren't everything. Look, I'm teaching you life lessons, YouTube. So get the keycaps. If maybe you like the keycaps, maybe don't use the center keycaps and just use the sides, because that's just beautiful. And they come with more keycaps, by the way. They come with a whole like plethora like this. That's the other thing, is that this is the frustrating part. Okay, so like you've got a lot of really nice extras in here. So you've got the metal. They even gave a nice braided cable. They gave extra keycaps with different looks on them. They gave a different colored space bar if you wanted to like change up the way that looks, a keycap puller. I mean, like they gave you a lot of stuff that you need right in the box, which I love. And I think that's great that they did that. It's just extras and accessories sadly don't make the keyboard. So I hoped for better, and I hope that they do better. I hope that I hope the first thing you need to do is the software. Just overhaul the software, and this is a completely different review. I can overlook a lot of the things that I've talked about if they didn't add up with the core experience being the software. So, all right, see you later. Again, bye.